Today I want to talk to you about the 5 lead sources that will change your business in 2025. My name's Todd Conklin, and I built and scaled one of the top real estate brokerages in the United States of America. And I did it by helping real estate agents become exceptional at their craft, changing their lives, creating incredible businesses. Number 1 on my list is the 12-month call cadence. Look, one of the reasons that many salespeople shy away, have call aversion, is because they don't really know what to say. By creating a 12-month call cadence, you know exactly what you're going to say every single month. What that means is that on the first of every month, you know, hey, it's January. During January, I do asset valuations. So every person I'm gonna call, I'm going to have a script and a dialogue about what I'm going to say to the person from my database. It's the 12-month call cadence. On February 1st, I've got a brand new one. So now I can, with authority and comfort, like that's it, comfort, pick up the phone and know, hey, this is not gonna be a cheesy sales call. This is gonna be a call where I'm gonna be able to provide value, make connections, and you know what happens? The more connections I make, the more sales I make. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I love that you're getting great information and content here. If you want even more detailed deep dive into the tactical strategies that make the top real estate agents, go click the link below. It takes you straight to the Sales Warrior Academy, where there are lesson after lesson of exactly what the top 1% agents are doing to be 1% agents. We'll see you at the Sales Warrior Academy. Back to the show. Number 2 on my list is write the book. Cindy Says went out and wrote a book on how to buy real estate. Literally, she can say, well, why should you choose me? Well, I literally wrote the book on how to buy a home. What does that look like? Well, I would reach out to Cindy Ficklin in Colorado and ask her, but really what you're doing is you're using all of your authority, all of your experience, all of your process, all of your step-by-step, exactly how do you help people through this incredibly complicated process of buying a home, and how do you make sure that you get that home, the perfect home, you identify it, you find it, you negotiate it, and you actually get it closed for your client. Step by step, you already do this. You might as well put it down on paper and literally self-publish your own book. Think about it. Every open house you ever go to, you literally can give them a book. Every presentation you go on, you can literally give them the book. You can market this book. It can become a sales funnel for you. Think about all of the leads you'll generate as a result of writing the book on what you already do every single day as part of your job. Number 3 on my list are events for fun. Well, what does that mean? Well, look, some of you love doing events. In fact, you're pretty darn good at it. What if you literally made phone calls to your database, to your sphere of influence, to your past clients, and you just simply invited them to your fun events? Think about the connections. Think about the relationships. Think about the loyalty that you're building. Think about the referral business that you're going to generate. Think about all of the marketing that you can do around these incredible events. Think about the video content that you would be able to create and use to remarket who you are, what you stand for, and all the business that you're doing. What does it look like? Well, look, if it's Christmas time and you're gonna do photos with Santa as an example, you would literally spend 45 days picking the phone up and calling everybody in your database saying, hey, I'm calling because I want to invite you to photos with Santa. Y'all, photos with Santa works for everybody. I don't care if you got kids, if you don't have kids, if you only have a dog, if you're single, if you're a couple, it doesn't matter. Everybody wants a photo with Santa. So create opportunities for you to bring people together. Post-COVID, like we all know, we want connection. And now you have a reason that's not a cheesy sales call to be able to call somebody and go, hey, just thinking about you, thought I'd send you a little invite. Why don't you come join us? Let's hang out together and build some connections. What an incredible way to generate loyalty and leads, baby, leads. Number 4 is my off-market property lead source. Y'all, we hear about shadow inventory all the time. It doesn't matter what the interest rates are doing, high or low, the economy's doing, hot, cold, inventory levels, high, low. It doesn't matter. They're always talking about shadow inventory. In addition to what we call shadow inventory, there's also all of these expired listings. See, these are people that raised their hand and said, well, we want to sell. They thought they chose the right person, but it turned out that it didn't work out for them. And they may be frustrated. They may think, gosh, I've got to let my property rest, whatever. It becomes shadow inventory. So if you are working with buyers, or if you have a geographic area that you want to dominate, off-market properties is a strategy for you to generate more leads. Well, what does that look like? Well, whether you have a buyer that's looking specifically in that area, or you have somebody in your office who's got a buyer that's looking in that particular area, start knocking on doors, start writing handwritten notes, start making phone calls, but target that area. Here's what I know. If you will get aggressive and your script is proper, meaning I'm gonna knock on a door and say, look, I'm not here to sell you anything. I promised my customer that I would knock on every single door in the neighborhood because they've identified this area as a place they wanna live. And I'm just checking to see if you or somebody that you know has any interest in selling their home. If you'll do that, a couple of things are happening. Number one, you're going to generate listings. You're going to help your buyer find the perfect home for them. In addition, you are demonstrating to your entire community that you are not an average agent. In fact, you are willing to do what it is required for you to actually solve the problem for your customer. That's hard work, that's gritty. You get known as the bird dog, the person that's the go-to person. If you've got a challenge, they will come to you. You are literally demonstrating who you are as a professional. It's an incredible way to generate leads. And the best part of it, it's almost zero cost, very low bar to entry, and you'll generate a gazillion leads. And number 5, don't list properties, launch them. Look, it's an event. One of the things that's crazy when the market was really hot and all you had to do is throw the property on the multiple listing service and boom, you got an offer, maybe 5, went over ask price. Many of the real estate agents, many of them were missing out on an opportunity to generate leads. All the pros know when we list a property, it's not just to sell the property. It's number 1, to sell the property. Number 2, to generate more buyer leads. But number 3, it's also to generate more listing opportunities. And in order to do that, you've got to demonstrate to the community what it is that you do. See, that listing is kind of a calling card. It's an opportunity for you to show exactly what it is that you do and why they should do it with you. So don't list a property, launch it. Well, what does launching it look like? Well, you need a process. You've got to follow that process step by step. It looks a lot like, hey, this is how we get a property ready. This is how we identify the buyer avatar. This is how we do the marketing, what the setup of the marketing looks like before you hit the launch button. This is how we bring the property to market in advance of it going live on the market. This is what happens the first 24 hours it's live on the market. Here's what happens the following 48 hours of when it goes on the market. And here's how we're going to build demand, bring in as many offers as possible, and how we're going to negotiate those offers. And this is how we're going to close out the negotiation and sell the property. That's a launch strategy. All along the way, we're solving potential pain points for your seller. See, your seller doesn't want to be on the market forever. Your seller wants to be on the market, get the highest dollar for their property, and do it in the least amount of time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow the process. The other issue that comes up for sellers is that they don't want to have to keep the house ready for showing after showing after showing. And we all know the first 2 weeks of a property being on the market has a tremendous amount of showing activity. So if we have a launch strategy that says, listen, we're gonna bring the property live on Thursday. I'm gonna field all the calls on Friday. By the way, I'm gonna have called all of the agents in the market that sell in this area on Thursday morning to let them know, sneak peek. And then we're going to do showings on Saturday and Sunday that coincide with my open house strategy, again, geographic. And then we're gonna accept offers on Monday. We're gonna respond to those offers on Tuesday. We're gonna sell the property by creating the highest amount of demand by marketing the property to the right eyeballs, driving everybody in a condensed period of time. That's selling real estate. And while I do it as a professional, I've shown everybody in the market that we do things differently. And this is why you should choose us. It's a great referral strategy. It's a great geographic marketing strategy. It's an incredible social media strategy. I think it checks all of the boxes. Those are my 5 ways to generate great leads for your business to thrive in 2025. If you like this video, give me a like. If I missed something, comment below. Let's start a conversation. This is a community. We all want to win together, and I want to hear what your go-to strategy is. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next video.